Hey y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have a look at the August Polish Pickup Polish coming from Night Owl Lacquer for the theme of Old Hollywood. So this is inspired by Katharine Hepburn. It's called Fierce and Feisty. I'm going to swatch and review it and also to show you a really quick nail art look. So this polish was sent to me for review and it's going to start going on sale on August 4th. So here's a quick look at that bottle shot. This is described as a deep plum purple linear holographic polish with copper shimmer and reddish to pink iridescent flakes. So here's a look at that brush shot and I'll show you how Fierce and Feisty swatched on my natural nail. So here's a look at that first easy coat. This one is a dream to work with. It goes on so smooth and easy. With a thicker first coat, I think you can get fuller to complete opacity in just one coat. I am going to let this dry and then show you how it built up for me in a second coat. I did have some low spots there that weren't completely opaque. So here's a look at that second coat, and this easily brings this one to full coverage. It has a very strong linear holographic effect. I think those flakies get lost a little bit in it because it is so strong, but they're definitely going to peek out in this shade. So here's a look at that completed mani. At 2 coats before, glossy top coat underneath my artificial lighting. This does dry down fairly glossy, but a good top coat is going to help bring out all of that hollow. Here's a view from another angle in direct sunlight with a top coat. This is my swatch photo underneath artificial lighting, and then finally at an angle again in that direct sunlight that really shows off all of that hollow. So for my nail art today, I'm going to be doing an old Hollywood type theme. I am going to be using a couple of products that were sent to me for review. So first I'm going to be using this stamping plate, and then this is Grunge from Virgo Varnish. I did recently review that. I'm going to show you how it stamps today. I'm using a stamping guide from Born Pretty Store, so I did a very shallow scrape. I feel like that's the only way I can really get a good pickup with this product. It was kind of a hassle to learn how to use, but I think I finally have it down. So next I'm going to transfer that right over that Fierce and Feisty. Just gives a little bit of tone on tone look and adds some texture there. So next I'm going in with the Bundle Monster Plate 421 and some Apricot Delight by M Polishes. I'm going to use this movie reel and do a pickup and then some reverse stamping. So I'm going to pick it up on my scraper. Next I'm using Tex Polishes Pure. I'm just going to paint in the middle center image of that to get a nice white screen. Since that polish is a little bit thicker, I did give it a good amount of time to dry. Next I'm going in with the top coat to make this into a decal. So this is Glisten and Glow's HK Girl. I'm going to let that dry again, and then once it's dried I'm going to take some tweezers and then remove the decal from my stamper and transfer it directly onto the nail. So here's a look at that process. I just kind of flopped it down there. I did give this some time and top coated it and then went back in with a black in that same image to kind of bring out the movie reel. I felt like it was lost a little bit on that background. So here I'm top coating again with HK Girl. While that is still wet, I'm going to go ahead and add all of my rhinestones. So the biggest one I'm using today is a kind of an old-timey clock. It really felt like old Hollywood to me, like movie times, that sort of thing, and I really love the gold elements in there. Next, I'm just adding some rhinestones all over my nail, just in no specific order, really random here. I had some smaller ones and some larger ones. I did speed this clip up, but it's still kind of really long and tedious. So just bear with me as I get those rhinestones. I had a really hard time picking them up with my tweezers and getting them exactly where I wanted them. So I think that maybe if you have one of those wax tip tools, that might have worked a little bit better. So once I have that all situated like I like, I am going to go back in with a smaller crystal. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my top coat is still nice and wet. And I'll be using some of the Swarovski really tiny nail crystals. So I'm just going to dab those directly over that so that they stick into that top coat. I really like how this kind of helps feather it down so it's not so in your face, just rhinestones here and there. It kind of blends them all together. I also have some black Swarovski rhinestones. I'm going to add just a little dab of those too to incorporate the black in the stamping and the black on the clock. So here's a look at that completed mani with a good amount of top coat underneath my artificial lighting. I really liked how that ring nail turned out. It's a little bit big and a little bit gaudy, but I totally am about it. So there's a quick macro, and then finally my last swatch photo at an angle in direct sunlight. So do not miss out on Fierce and Feisty. It's coming to the Polish Pickup group starting on August 4th at 11 a.m. I will link that down below. If you're interested in seeing any more photos, I do have those available on my blog at sloppyswatches.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.